can come and see which kind of plant it is. For example, this particular conifer is Picea bicolor, Howell's dwarf alcock spruce is its common name, and it is written there. So you can see this nameplate, Picea bicolor, Howell's dwarf alcock spruce. Then you have various cultivars of hydrangea. This one seems to be hydrangea paniculata, but you also have hydrangea annuala inside the shrubbery, and hydrangea quercifolia, oak leaf hydrangea, and even fascinating small statured pines. For example, this is also pine, where in one group you have two needles, and this one is in fact Pinus densiflorus, and you even find very small sized cones, and this is very compact and dense branching, and it provides an ornamental look to the garden. So this size is hardly 1.5 inch or even almost 1 inch, and this is smallest cone which I have seen for any pinus species, and the number of needles per group is only 2. So this Pinus densiflorus is also planted here. So this is a zoo where they have religiously introduced even lesser known, threatened, endemic cultivars, conifers, orchids, creepers, as if it is more than a botanical garden. So this is unique aspect which we need to learn and emulate, and even try to create our own zoological gardens and zoos on the pattern of Lincoln Park Zoo, where you need to put each and every different plant species with proper identification of the cultivars and species all around. This is hibiscus syriacus, rose of Sharon, but unique cultivars with various shades of purplish, pink, white, and you see how the bumblebee has just had its feast inside the staminal column. So from one flower to another flower, bumblebee is exploring the food feast. And there are anemones, ornamental anemones. Anemone, perhaps this is hybrid, but pink cloud hardy hibiscus, it was in bloom last month. Now its blooming is over, but this was one of the wonderful ornamental hibiscus which I have come across in Lincoln Park Zoo. One cultivar of the same hardy hibiscus, you are still able to see its flowers, and its flower is also unique. You see the color of the flower is almost white. It about 5-6 inches across, with the red center and white stamens. And if you see for its name, then it is hibiscus new old yellow hardy hibiscus. How much pain they have taken to even label the cultivar. It is new old yellow. So even otherwise I could not have come to know which particular cultivar it is, although one can identify their plant up to hibiscus genus. So this is a unique thing. Even you have some more. For example, there is a limonium plant, but this limonium is also unique. Otherwise, limonium latifolium I have seen in many parks and gardens in city of Chicago, that has very broad leaf, so-called species latifolium. But here you have a species of Limonium which is Melani, named after a German botanist, Melon. We have another tree also named after Melon as Melania arborea, which is one of the Dutch mule tree, and usually it grows in Indian Shwaleks and even in Jammu. But this here you have some other plant which is Limonium melani and Desert Rocks Siberian status. Common name is status. Even we are familiar with some kind of status Limonium being incorporated in the bouquets. If we go to bouquet shop, floral bouquet, then definitely you may find this plant. Not this particular species, but some other species flowers which are called as status. But this Desert Rock Siberian status is unique, and I am able to see it for the first time only in Lincoln Park Zoo, which is equally devoted to display of animals as well as plants. So this one is also Limonium melani. And here I have come across another Liatris. This is Liatris pycnostachya, which is called a prairie blazing star. In Kashmir we have another Liatris, that is Liatris picata, but here it is different. So this one is Liatris pycnostachya. In this shrubbery you can see red hot cat's tail plant, which is in the genus Aclefa, and the species is Hispida, but the cultivar is different. And here you have Phaseolus coccineus also, and you have the pink colored Gaura Lendeheimeri, and here you have the white colored Gaura, sometimes also included under Oinothera as Oinothera Lendeheimeri. This is just like butterfly, and you have white colored anemone as well as fascinating foliage of painted nettle with blue flowers. This is Solenostema, popularly named as Coleus, painted in nettle. And if you just go other side, you can see even more beautiful ornamental flowers. And one particular flower which attracts my attention is Mexican sunflower. That is Tithonia rotundifolia. And on this particular flower I came across even hummingbee bird. Visiting this flower was a great moment for me when I could see the hummingbird on this particular flower. Mexican sunflower, although it is not in the genus of true sunflower, which is Helianthus. Even monarch butterfly I could see visiting this particular flower. So this flower is great for the conservation of pollinators, and right now you can see the bumblebee, and there is also monarch butterfly. It has just come before me and enjoying food feast on a cloudy day in Lincoln Park Zoo. So this particular butterfly migrates to Mexico and lays eggs on milkweed butterfly, but it visits many other flowers including Tithonia rotundifolia, Mexican sunflower, which is before me, and now it is sitting on Tithonia rotundifolia. It has fascinating wings with black lines and white spots on the head. And this monarch butterfly, as its popular name is, belongs to the genus Danaus. Species is Plexippus. But even in India we have Danaus species, not this species. We have other species, for example plain tiger, Danais chrysippus, and even another Danais species, Danais genutia, but this one is Danais plaxippus. So this particular flowering, Tithonia rotundifolia, is very alluring to different kinds of butterflies and even sunbirds and hummingbirds. So this is the beauty of this particular zoo, where they have taken care of even the flora, so that fauna feels at home inside the vegetation. Pollinators get chance to breed and lay eggs inside the zoo, and even these butterflies and hummingbirds, they are able to catch our imagination. Whosoever visits zoo can see the visiting butterflies and flowers like Tithonia rotundifolia. Here you have Dopaheria, garden flower related to Nunner. This is also Parchuleka, but I think species should be Umbraticola. And this one is Sage, Salvia. And here is also Cosmos. Even Cosmos attracts many butterflies. Here you have the zinnia flowers, and here you find Agastici. This seems to be Agastici mexicana, and different kinds of honeybees, bumblebees, butterflies visiting the flowers of salvia, this purple salvia, and even canna, and there are some ornamental grasses as well. Even verbena is very useful for butterflies, so verbena hybrida is there, but there you have verbena bonariensis, and even they have added small bushes of ginkgo biloba. And there is also Sayonara stolibus, artichoke, and apart from these blossoms, even grasses, miscanthus, and unique magnolias. One particular magnolia which is called as umbrella magnolia, that is Magnolia tripetala. So you see here Magnolia tripetala, and here in this enclosure you find the painted dock, African painted dock, which is Lycaon pictus, and this is considered as one of the endangered mammal, African painted dog. Lycaon pictus is endangered, and its native habitat is in woodlands, savanna, grasslands and deserts of Africa. But inside you will find some plants and old trees. For example, this tree before me is silver maple, that is Acer saccharinum. Here you have crab apple fruiting right now, and this is Melas. Even this fig, which is Ficus carica, And this ficus carica cultivar is Chicago hardy. Here is another hibiscus, small wonder, but no flowers right now. And this crab apple, it has its name written as cardinal. So this is Melis cardinal with the red fruits, perhaps named after cardinalis, the fascinating bird of Chicago, which visits even this particular zoo. And this particular plant is kind of polygonatum. Name written is Polygonum Prince Charming Solomon seal, which is also growing in Gurez, Kashmir, in Jammu temperate forests, but their local name is Mirkuli or Salam Mishri. And this is another polygonatum which is included here in the shrubbery as ornamental bush. And this is unique plant which was earlier called as Mahonia aquifolium, but presently it stands named as Barbarus aquifolium. But here I think even the old name still goes, that is Mahonia aquifolium, Oregon grape holly. So although holly is ilex, not Barbarus or Mahonia, but since its leaves are very much like Ilex aquifolium, so its common name is Oregon grape holly. So this is also included. And there is some unique gingiber which I am seeing right now. We are familiar with adrak. We cultivate gingiber officinale, and we have many wild ginger in the southern India. But even in blower forest we come across gingiber roseum, even in Riasi forest. But here this particular gingiber is gingiber myoga or myoga ginger. So these foliage, although from flower leaves it's very difficult to distinguish how it is different from our gingiber, but definitely experts have already named it. So this is myoga ginger. And this already I have talked about. This is Crataegus trusgelli variety enormis. And inside this enclosure, sometimes you can see the penty dog, but right now not spotted anywhere. But although I could see it in my previous visit, African penty dog, Acantectus. And you have this Yucca filamentosa, as the thread-like filaments are coming out from the leaves. So it stands named after this feature, these thread-like structure, Yucca filamentosa. Golden sword Adam's needle is its common name. It is written there, you are able to read it. So this is golden sword. So it was also flowering, but now flowering is over. So you have some plants which we are familiar in India also. For example, this Bathu, that is Chenopodium album. It is there. Then you have the Oinothera, although here the species is different. Perhaps this is Oinothera hirsuta. And we have Oinothera bianus. There is the local some native bushes also. For example, this one, It's very near to Symphoricorpus or Lanicera, it may be. I'm not sure, but it has pinkish colored berries right now. And this shrub, somehow I am not able to look at its name plate. It seems to me Symphoricorpus albus, because here I could see the white berries, but that cultivar was different. But genus is Symphoricorpus, and here you have the Miscanthus grass, Miscanthus perhaps sinensis, which is included here as ornamental grass. Apart from this, you have the various begonias, pink color, the golden color, and you have this service berry or June berry. This is Amelanchier arborea. It has flowers in the spring and fruits mature in the month of June. So it is called as June berry or service berry. The foliage will turn fascinating golden yellow during autumn. Here is another hydrangea paniculata, no doubt, but it's here written as cultivar panicle hydrangea lobobo hydrangea paniculata, and this is peonia. And here you find almus morton glossy is resistant to Dutch elm disease. So otherwise Dutch elm disease decimated the local manu or bren, that was Almus americana, and they have bred a new resistant cultivar which has been named as Morton glossy almus, kind of elm. Wherever you see these flowers, you will definitely find some kind of butterflies, honeybees, bumblebees, and occasionally you may find the hummingbird. Greenery has been provided. Thorough focus. No flower, no grass, no bloom, no tree which can grow in this particular climate and particular habitat. It stands included. Nothing is omitted. So that shows the dedication of the local experts here. I will show you a very unique oak. This is also hybrid, the fruit of the scientists who have got this unique quercus, which is named here as Regal Prince. Regal Prince Weir's oak, Quercus weiri long, from the family Fagaceae. So this is not swamp oak or Quercus bicolor, rather it is a kind of hybrid, Regal Prince. So its leaves are greyish white beneath but green above, and its more unique form attracts me. That is, it is going like cypress, as we also have one of the Vachelia Nilotica variety, Cupressiformis, in Jammu and India, Uttar Pradesh, which is called a Ram Kanta Babool. It is growing like that. So its columnar, stately look is unique. And here you find the fruits of beard tongue. Flowering is over, but you find the fruits right now. Panstemon. And this panstemon has been named here as dark towers. So not only up to species but even the cultivar stands identified. Dark towers, beard tongue, penstemon, dark towers, and even the foliage color is purplish. There is another gem. We also have gem in the temperate Himalayas, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, but that gem is gem elatum. Here there is some kind of garden cultivar which has been named as champagne gem. And these foliage is of gem. Here you have big ear lambs here. This is a kind of Stachys byzantina, big ears. You have the Russian sage. Earlier it was called a Perovskia triplicifolia, but now it stands transferred back to salvia. And you see many bumblebees. They are enjoying the food feast on the blossoms of this particular sage, Russian sage. And here you have another aromatic plant from the mint family, Pycnanthemum muticum. Again, it has allured several honeybees, and you see the all blossoming is almost over. Now it is at fruiting stage, but despite its fruiting, some flowers are there and honeybees are still allured towards the. And here is unique cat mint called calamint, and this calamint is Calamintha napita, subspecies napita. See how much pain they have taken to label the plant even up to the subspecies level. Such kind of dedication I have not come across in any zoo in India. Where there is a zoo, there is less emphasis on plants. But here I find the Lincoln Park Zoo where the equal emphasis stands given to flora, as they have the main mandate for fauna. So flora and fauna, both components stands treated on equal footing. And this is blue star, Amsonia blue ice, Apocynaceae bush. Now flowering is over. And there is yellow colored Big Bang, full moon coreopsis. You have maples, and this is maple and this is linden tree. And this linden tree is called Tilia. Earlier it was in the family Tiliaceae, but now stands transferred to Malvaceae. And this huge tree you find. So many species of Tilia are growing inside the Lincoln Park Zoo. You have the butterfly bush also in Kashmir, Mughal Gardens, Budalia Davidai, hot raspberry. And you have this fascinating foliage of Heuchera. Heuchera cherry truffles. Cherry color of the foliage is fascinating during autumn, and this stands named as cherry truffles coral bells. And here you have unique lily which is called as Trojan toad lily, Triceratops. And here I am showing you unique flower which is being visited by bumblebees. And if you look towards the depressed corolla, it gives you an idea that it is the head of a turtle. So it stands named as turtle head flower. And genus, mostly turtles we find in Jammu, they are in the genus Chelonia. And this particular plant flower is also named after Chelonia as Chelone, not Chelonia. Chelonia is turtle and Chelone is the plant. And this particular species stands named as Chelone lyonii. So this is also flowering in late summer. And here you have the epimedium. We have epimedium growing in Gulmarg forest, the Guraiz forest. But here the garden epimedium, which has been named as Songbird's barren bird. Songbird barren bird is its common name. Otherwise, this is epimedium. Cultivar is songbird, and here is eastern red bud, which flowers during spring. And there is a sea holly eryngium. This one is sea holly. Flowering is almost over. And this unique eryngium is Eryngium planum. But here I am showing you another unique hibiscus with a red flower. And red flower is quite very large. And this stands named as eruption hardy hibiscus. Leaves are deeply lobed like ladyfinger foliage. Inside zoo you have lot to learn even about flora. So this is eruption hardy hibiscus flowers, and you see here this is Filipendula chinensis. Now flowering is over, so all this you see they are fruiting. And here you have the Rudbeckia, and this Rudbeckia is subtomentosa. Although there are leaves which are trilobed, trifid, but number of ray florets is more than 10, so it is not Rudbeckia triloba, rather it is Rudbeckia subtomentosa. And here you have the bat-faced Cuphea, this red flower, beautiful red flower with purplish mouth, and this is Cuphea labia. And here you have the ornamental onion. Even the name of Chicago is after Chicagoa, and the Chicagoa is the indigenous name for the wild allium. So allium has been provided good focus in the shrubbery inside the Lincoln Park Zoo, and this is hibiscus, and this one is sage salvia. You can see the purplish fountain tree, which is basically Fagus sylvatica with drooping branches. So this stands named as fountain tree. So I think even label is there. So this is purple fountain European beech, Fagus sylvatica, purple fountain. And here you have Asclepias verticillata, kind of milkweed. Again, I am showing you the turtle head flower, which is also named as false dragon head. So mostly the dragon head are Dracocephalum species, but this is Kilone Lione. This is Spirea, which we find even in Kashmir. And I will show you some unique plant here. For example, this is witch hazel, Virginia witch hazel. This particular bush